Hey, what's up folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning everybody, I'm Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right, this is where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects for you folks. Hello everybody, hanging out in the Discord chat room. We're gonna do the show. We want to welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope everybody's doing safe, being safe, feeling good,
and getting ready for the holidays.
Getting ready for a nice break. So if you are hanging out in the Discord chat room, you can hit us up with any questions, comments, shoutouts. We'll check in throughout the show.
Shoutouts real quick to everybody hanging out in the chat rooms. Real quick question on a gift card purchase. Yes, you can buy it and have it be sent to you. Just put your address in the shipping info.
Okay. Sweet. We'll run through
I actually think it's a digital one, so you should get like a coupon code that will be able to discount it that way.
Cool.
And shout out to everybody else hanging out in all of the chat rooms. We are over at discord.gg/Adafruit. Come hang out with, I forget how many thousands are hanging out in there. 32, 33,000.
Many thousands.
Lots of fun. Come hang out. Let's go ahead and run through some of the housekeeping items on our list for the show.
First up, freebies. If you spend some money with Adafruit, you can get some free stuff. This has been updated throughout the weeks and months. It gets updated as we go. So let's take a look. For orders that are $99 or more, you're going to get a free pink Adafruit limited edition Feather RP2040.
Oh, cool.
For only $99. That's the first tier. That's pretty good. All right. While supplies last. For orders that are $149 or more, you get that free pink Feather RP2040 and a randomly selected STEM QT breakout board. If you have an account with us, we'll make sure you don't get the same one twice. For orders that are $200 or more, you get the STEM QT board, the pink Feather, plus free ground shipping for UPS, US Continental only. And for orders that are $299 or more, you get the free shipping, the STEM QT board, the pink Feather, and a Circuit Playground Bluefruit. Bluetooth low energy. So we're going to take a look at that actually in close detail today. How many freebies can you get? As many as you want. Read up the things if you want them. Be very wary of the approaching holiday shipping deadlines. If you click right here on the top of the website, there is some things here about what are the deadlines for shipping, the deadlines this year. Take a look at them. They're broken up as different tiers, so UPS ground, 3-day, 2-day, next day, and USPS first class priority. So you check those out. We also have international orders. So if you're trying to get these orders in at a certain time, be sure to check out this. Again, the link is accessible throughout the website at the top banner there. There's the picture. All right.
Adabot does not hand deliver any of the packages. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. But Adabot's looking for help wanted. Adabot's helping out. If you go to the jobs board, jobs.adafruit.com, you can see all the different job postings and listings that are available there. CircuitPython programmer needed, the latest one in the Buffalo, New York area from Xander Creations. There's some other ones up there, so be sure to check them out. Make your resume if you haven't already. And if you're looking for folks, it's a great place to find them. So check it out at jobs.adafruit.com. Okay. Newsletters, we have a whole slew of them. Once a week, you do a product-focused newsletter. If you want to subscribe to that, adafruit.com/newsletter. Daily doses of newsletters, you can go to adafruitdaily.com and subscribe to the many categories that might pique your fancy. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to the Python on Microcontrollers newsletter. There's probably more than 9,000 folks, but hey, if you got your Python-related project and you are looking to advertise it or promote it, hit up, csp@adafruit.com. And I think that is all the morning ramblings, housekeeping that we do. So I'm going to head back over to Discord, see if anybody's saying hello. Andy Calloway's checking in. Hey, greetings, everybody. What? We also got a STEM speaker, too. That's cool. All right. Well, we're ready to boogie. Anybody on YouTube saying anything?
Looks like I did not answer John's question. I'm pretty sure I said that you can address it to yourself to get that gift card.
Maybe it reads differently.
Wants to purchase a gift card, but want it to come to me, not the recipient. Is that possible? Yeah, you address it to yourself.
Sure. You could also hit up customer service at adafruit.com in the email. They'll quickly respond to you. So check them out if you want a really quick response, and they'll be able to actually actionably do things. We're just running the show. But good morning, Gary Z, hanging out in the Discord chat room.
Yes, for people that may not know shipping and all the products and all that stuff, it's in New York. We are in Florida, so we can't.
Yeah, we don't have the controls dials to do it, but yes.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's overview video that can allow you to make projects. Super cool launch of these two super awesome apps. It is PyLeap and Glider. These have been talked about in the CircuitPython meeting for quite a while. They've been in development for even longer. This is a really good way to edit code and send project files along with all the libraries and dependencies over to Bluetooth-enabled devices using CircuitPython, specifically 7.0. Super cool way to navigate the directory of your CircuitPy drive. And the most important thing is you're able to edit code. You can transfer files over, and with PyLeap, you're able to select from a gallery of a bunch of the Bundlefly enabled guides on the learning system to quickly get everything over to your device without having to need a desktop computer. Perfect for educational environments. And if you're on the go, say you're like cosplaying at a con and you want to update the variables of your sensors, your lights, you want to increase the brightness or something like that, very cool way to do that. So one of the cool examples that we're showing in the video is how you can grab a audio file off of whatever directory we're using, Dropbox, and then we're just copying and pasting it into your device here. So one of the other cool examples would be, especially with the holidays coming up, there is this like ornament you can get that allows you to like record, say, grandpa's voice and have it saved, as legacy, and you can quickly transfer that over. A couple of weeks ago, we made this Spider-Man ornament.
Goblin.
Yeah, the Green Goblin's pumpkin
Goblin.
pumpkin goblin. Green Goblin's pumpkin bomb ornament. So a really cool way to have audio in that, change colors around and all that.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing here is all the code that is living on this CircuitPy drive. So you have access to your directory. And one of the things we forgot to post in the video, one of the first requests from after posting is, where is the Py Glider link for that? Let me go ahead and post that in there.
Yeah, sure.
If you guys have not seen it,
right.
we did
update
the video
I'd
with
like
that.
to say some words too. All right, so there's two apps, right? Py Glider, that's going to let you edit and modify, move files. The PyLeap is a way to just quickly test out demo code on your Circuit Playground device. We're going to support other boards, but for now, it's particularly for the Circuit Playground Bluefruit, as noted by the thumbnails and things in each of those little things.
Glider does have ability to access and transfer stuff over to
We just needed a way to kind of
feather.
do demos over Bluetooth. How do you send a project bundle over Bluetooth? That was really like the core thing of why we needed PyLeap to be a thing. Is that okay? We can upload these pre-made project files to the Circuit Playground Bluefruit. There's a slew of them. I think there's like a dozen, and each one of those actually has a learn guide. So if you look, each one of these demos is a learn guide, and that's kind of the way the backend is working. It's pulling all that data from these individual learn guides. So as you click on one of these, this is PyLeap. Remember, PyLeap is the one that has the code that's pre-made for you, just to kind of, and these little purple titles just kind of give you an idea of what the project is doing. Since there's so many sensors on the Circuit Playground, it just makes sense to have variable different ones. And you can see here even the iLights. So the iLights is like the second hardware that is supported. But which one do you want to do? Or should we, if you tap on one, you can kind of get an idea of what it is. There's a button there that says Send Bundle. And this is really important too. I'm just noticing that the serial terminal lets you know what hardware it sees right now. It is connected to the Circuit Playground Bluefruit, and it tells you exactly what version of CircuitPython you're running here through the serial terminal. So this connection is already established. Here are some things that it'll download to your device, right?
Dependencies and libraries.
So you get a really good list of what you're actually pushing over to the device. Very, very cool. But if you didn't want to send this pre-made code and you have your own code, that is where the Glider app is necessary. So this is the peripheral, the board, the Circuit Pi drive shows up as a unique identifier up there. And then these are all the files that are on board the thing right now. So you have an MP3 file, you have your code.py file. So let's say you have multiple code.py files and you want to rename them and stuff. This is the latest thing. You can do this and rename the code if you wanted to swap out your demo code. So that's really helpful. And then if you wanted to edit it, what do you click on?
Just tap right on it.
Just tap on it.
The other option is to move it to a different directory.
This is bare bones like text editor. It's just an input box, but I think at some point it'll make sense to have color coding and all that sort of stuff. But right now, just be aware that this is just your rudimentary text editor, from iOS. So you hit the save button and it would update the code. But let's see if it works in this orientation. Maybe you get even less room, but that's just the way, it hopefully will get some better text editing, but just be aware that is how you would edit it. Right, so there's a lot of situations where folks in educational settings have a Chromebook and USB just isn't a thing. It doesn't work or it's locked down. So being able to edit and send code via Bluetooth is the workflow that we're trying to tackle here. So that is just a quick little demo. Pedro's going to do some actual modifying and editing. I just wanted to get out my version of words.
Yeah, so one of the simplest things I think is probably the sound meter. I think is a nice fun one since you're able to edit the sensitivity and the colors on that. And
right, it's a good demo.
It's in terms of being able to quickly see the change for it. So here we go. You can see that it starts off with a pretty default sensitivity of it's pretty high, so you'd have to like scream into it or tap onto it really loud.
It's not fulling the whole 10 LEDs.
Mm-hmm. So you can see here, I'm just going to click onto the code.py file, scroll down to where the color values are for this, and it's nicely commented so you can see the way that the RGB colors are all set up. So if I do like 0 for that one, and because it's so bright,
that would be
do
red,
like just a 10
green,
right there.
And blue. So it's going to be green. And what about the sensitivity?
And you can see just how fast that updates everything.
Yeah.
And then we'll go down to the sensitivity, and we'll drop that down from 1500 to just 500 and that should be able to fill up the entire NeoPixel little ring there.
You get a notificator that's updating. There you go.
Bow, bow, bow,
it's coming up white, but it's green here.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Woo!
It's not as bright as I'd like it to be, Pedro. Make it brighter. Make
see.
it 255. Let's blow out the camera.
It'll look white now.
No, I think it'll be fine with green. I mean,
see. I think when I was testing it out, 100 is where it.
100's a good number.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and blow it out to see.
Yeah,
Whoa!
Perfect. I like the illumination coming out of your fingers there. Nice and green. Green is good.
And you can take a look at what the code looks like and all that. And one of the cool things is that if you are transferring between different projects, some of the files like the waves will stay on there. It's just overwriting, I believe, the code.py file and the stuff that's inside the library. So one of the other things you could do is save out your code if you get it to where you like. And you can actually use the built-in Files app
for iOS.
To save your favorite code. So one of the things I have on here is the touch one that we were just using, because the thing that we're like geared towards is getting the kids comfortable to be able to read what the code is and apply new things to it. So for example, with the wave playback, it's just set up to do buttons, but you can also have it set up to do the touch pads, which is what we were showing off earlier. And that's a really cool way to get them comfortable with what the code is to that, and then add to it. So a super cool way to quickly modify code on your devices and back up, save any of those codes if you want to have those duplicated into other boards as well. It's a nice, really simple way to do that.
Yeah. All right. If anybody have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. Yes, lovely. A72 is asking, said Bluefruit. Yeah, so any of the Bluetooth boards we're hopefully going to start supporting. For starters, this is the Circuit Playground Bluefruit. That NRF52840 is the chipset that we really adore for all BLE project devices. So another one would be the Clue board. That one has the NRF52840. Hopefully that will get supported soon. It has a screen. It's got temperature sensors all over it, touchpads as well, in that microbit format. What's another NRF?
The other one that we were testing this on was the Feather NRF52840.
Yeah, so the Feather NRF52840 doesn't have any onboard sensors, so you'll have to have some things connected to it. Just be aware of that. That's why we're really focusing on this one, because NeoPixel's buzzer, temperature sensor, touchpad, it's got everything. It's really what it's for. It's like a playground of sensors.
The other thing that works as well is the eyeglass, the LED glasses.
The LED glasses
with the Feather.
Was another one.
That'll work with that as well.
Yeah, just a little LiPo battery right there. So if you want to know how it's being powered, you just got a little LiPo battery. So if you want to have this like as a pendant or something, you can do so many different things with the Circuit Playground.
Yeah, so we have a little magnetic backing that just attaches there. Super simple way to make a little wearable.
Right.
What I did, of course, Iron Man. The first thing that comes to mind is have it right in the center and change that around.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's really cool that you don't need to worry about USB cables and all this stuff. You're just going to worry about Bluetooth. Hopefully it's solid.
Yes, they are. Question or just comments in the Discord. Dwester saying that, yep, a lot of people waiting on the Android version.
Yes.
They're getting all the foundations of getting CircuitPython to be able to read, the types of connections that are required for Bluetooth and the mobile devices. So as soon as they get all of that down, they will start working on the Android version.
Yeah. Shout out to Trevor, who's lead developer on the iOS side for the PyLeap app. We got a Learn guide as well if you want some more documentation on PyLeap. This kind of walks you through it. Yeah, so you just want to make sure you have the latest version of CircuitPython.
That's what's so cool about this. Nothing special. Like there's not a special
UF2. Yeah, it's just baked into the core of CircuitPython.
Yes.
So that's what we really wanted to make it an easy transition for folks. Whether you want Bluetooth or you just want to do it through a USB, you can, both are fine and dandy. And this just walks you through a little bit of like setting up, hitting the reset button, and just some LED notificators to let you know when the app is searching to pair. So the app kind of does a good job of on-screen instructions on how to pair. It's pretty straightforward. And each CircuitPython device has a unique identifier, so that's how you can tell if it's the right board or not. The modules are the projects themselves, right?
Yes, modules are the projects themselves. So you can take a look at each individual one and see how these are structured up.
Yeah. So if you wanted the wave playback one, click on that, and it'll take you to that individual Learn guide that walks you through the code. So that's kind of how the structure is set up for these demo codes in PyLeap. There's your project card. And yeah, so definitely check it out. If you have yourself an iOS device and a Bluefruit Circuit Playground, definitely check it out. Let us know what you think and get your feet wet.
Other ways to let us know what you think. Lovely A72 is asking, is it open source? Yes, this is available on GitHub.
Yeah, you
should
can check
be able to see all of the latest pushes that were sent out, I think, this morning. So check those out.
Yeah, just search on GitHub's Adafruit, and then just search for PyLeap. You should be able to find it there.
Yes. Oh. Please file any issues on the GitHub as well. If you see any bugs, we are ready to fix.
Yay.
That's
that's the gist of it. It's this is public beta, right? Is what we're
public beta. It was submitted to the App Store, so it is in processing as we speak. So it should be live any day now.
Yeah, we'll let you folks know when it comes up live.
Oh yeah, we'll be posting all about it. But for now, I did post the links if you want to get the test flight betas for that. Super easy. I think it just sends an email and you immediately get the link to download the latest. Let's see, I'm trying to remember if there's anything else we wanted to cover. I think that's pretty much it. It's nice, compact way to program wirelessly. So freaking cool.
It needed to happen, and it's happening.
Very cool. All right.
Beep, beep, boop, boop,
There'll be more
boop,
more
boop, boop,
chatter about this as it gets released
boop, boop, boop,
to wider audience. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's What Are We Prototyping?
All right, this week we are prototyping 3D printing and CNC milling. We have a little bit of a fun, festive lamp project. So we cut up some pieces of acrylic and 3D printed a little holder for a strip of NeoPixels. So this is a little NeoPixel strip, and the little 3D printed butt here has these slots for these pieces of acrylic. We thought it'd be fun to kind of make each piece of an acrylic kind of a different engraving, so it kind of makes this animation. Using the LED animation library for CircuitPython, you can do some fun LED chase animations. That way you get this cool kind of step-by-step, frame-by-frame animation that's happening here. So these pieces of acrylic are the edgelit style, and they are really thick pieces of acrylic, 1/4 inch thick or 6 millimeters thick. And I cut them out on our little Bantam Tools CNC, but you could laser cut it. If you got yourself a Glowforge or something, you could cut these out, no problem, and do all sorts of fun different designs. But the 3D printed case here houses this little gray piece that has those slots. These are swappable, so if I want to pull this out, you can see they're just little pieces, and you can do different shapes or whatever. But inside there, that's where the strip is. The design just takes a 60-meter NeoPixel strip, and then just spaces them out and holds the strip in place with this little kind of a little groove that just kind of slides in there and locks it in place. For the microcontroller itself, it's the Py RP2040. It's my favorite little CircuitPython board right now. It's inside here. I have a pretty nice snap fit going on here, so that's why I don't want to take it apart, because it's got a nice snap fit. But the idea is to be parametric. So if you want more LEDs, if you want this to be a long, thing of acrylic, you could make it as long as you want. And in Fusion, I set it up so that the user parameters, you could just give it a pixel count, and it'll grow the design and scale everything to it. But I thought 8. So there's 8 of these. I thought 8 was a good number. You could do as little as like 3 or 4 just to get that. There's a lot of designs to acrylic things that have like just two frames, and it makes kind of like a fun animation. And it kind of reminds me of like those Las Vegas neon signs that kind of have like 2 frames. So that's kind of the idea we're going for. But it was really easy to set up the code using the LED animation library. The LED chase animation works really well here, because you can specify how many LEDs you want. And then the speed of which, and I had to kind of slow down the speed a little bit so that you can kind of appreciate each frame. And sometimes it skips a little bit because of the way the timing is set up, but that's kind of how I have it. So this will be next week's project. Hopefully we can get out a learn guide and a video. This will be the last project of the year from us, I think. I might make another sign that says like Happy 2020 or something, Happy Holidays, and then 2020 at the end or something, but that's kind of what I got going on. So NeoPixel Strip, Py, CircuitPython, some acrylic, and 3D printing, right? So that is the thing that I've been working on.
Okay, request from Dow20 asking if you can hold it with the camera pointing directly at the end so it cycles through one piece.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it.
Yeah, the effect is a
little bit weird when you look straight on because of the way they overlap. So there's one of those things. It's not like this thing's too big, so it's kind of like, and the focus is odd as well because of just the depth
better
of it. Yeah,
in the video, and we're not constrained to the
right
where the cameras are here.
Yeah, I don't know how else to. Yeah, and because this room is so lit, it's not, the effect is way better at night. I wish I had a demo video.
Or the darker.
Yeah,
and
it looks really cool when you're it's in the dark. It looks really, really stellar. Yeah. So you can see I have some snowflakes coming in there. I engraved some snowflakes. But some folks had some fun ideas on Instagram. They're saying like you could do like a scene, like from Super Mario, from your favorite game. You could do like a nice scene. Yeah, I've seen a lot of lithopanes that are multi-layered lithopanes. Think about that in this way, or some geometric animations, like some seamless loop GIFs. Like imagine those etched out in here. And yeah, you can, if you wanted to bring them tighter together, you would use a different NeoPixel strip. This is just the 60-meter one, which is like a medium density. You can see it right in there inside that little groove there. And then here's like I've been working on the CAD animation because I'm working on the Learn Guide. So here gives you an idea of all the pieces. The green piece is what actually holds the acrylic. The black piece is what holds the NeoPixel strip. The brown cover is what allows them to be housed in place. And then the bottom cover snap fits into the case, and the Cutie Pie snaps into the built-in holder on the end of the bottom cover. So that's a bit of what the pieces all look like when they're sandwiched together. What else can I say about it?
People want us to turn off our light so they can see it.
We can if you want to hit that one. Let's see how good we can get it. Let's see if the oh snap! Yeah, it's pretty damn bright now.
There you go.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, syncing it to music would be pretty cool too.
Yeah. I wish this was a Bluetooth thing, so then I can edit the code, because I keep getting some glitchy. Like I need to update the timing so it goes through the whole thing right now, because sometimes it skips it. You see that? It's just the way the animation sequence is set up. If I just had one animation sequence, I could time it better. But you can see that I'm getting a little bit of a skip here. So, but man, those are really coming out nice and clear.
Right.
Another thing, just as a tip, I always forget to do this, but when you're engraving acrylic, always flip and mirror your stuff, because on the other side, it always looks better. It just looks more clear and clean, as opposed to like the actual etched side. At least for milling, that's what I found. Maybe laser cutting is a bit different, but for me, I always forget to flip my artwork, mirror the artwork, so that it actually looks better on the opposite side. Yeah.
Much like,
and I really like the shape could be growing or changing its shape as it's animating back. So if you want to play around with the different shapes, like I think folks can make some cool, I don't know, like a walking cycle or something of a ball animating. I tried to do a little bit of a wave thing, but I think this festive version works okay. Another thing is, like, because of the way these are all stacked in front of each other, layering them on top of each other kind of kills the effect a little bit, so be wary of that. Like, yeah. So that's it right there.
Super cool.
Should we hit the lights? All right. Quite the difference. Yeah, it really changes it up there. Cool. And that is what we're prototyping. Yeah, if they were closer together. So the spacing is defined literally by the spacing in the NeoPixel. If you wanted to do something really close, change out the NeoPixel strip for a NeoPixel stick. But even then, like, they might be too close up together. And because we're 3D printing, we kind of wanted this gap here, because otherwise you wouldn't have any way to separate them. But the little black piece actually isolates the light from leaking into each other. So you have to think about that when, like, the light has to. It's very much like one of these NeoPixel grids. You need a divider in order to stop the light from leaking into the next frame. So, and yeah, so that's why I picked the 60 NeoPixel strip. It's like $20 for a strip of a 1 meter, and that's 60 pixels, and this is only 8. So, yeah. You could do a custom one where you like wire each individual NeoPixel. I didn't want to do that because I kind of did that with the menorah, and it's a lot of work. So just leveraging an already existing strip was kind of my jam. I was like, okay, that'd be a good idea. That way I don't have to worry about wiring each individual NeoPixel.
There was the compromise of the buildability
Yep.
The way that the existing parts are. UJIA is asking, can you control the speed of the lights?
Absolutely can.
So this is pretty much the sweet spot, so you can actually get an appreciation for each frame without it going by too fast.
You don't have
I do not have USB-A.
Yeah. This is where we wish we had a Bluetooth Cutie Pie, because if I plug it into this machine, it will definitely break it, because it's very fragile right now with the USB drives. But yeah, Paige is gonna go get an adapter so we can change up the code.
Right at the point where everything is getting switched over to USB-C.
Yeah, so we need more of those little doohickeys. All right, fire up Moo, and then we'll change up the speed.
Oh, hey, look at that. New computer. I don't have Moo on here.
Really? You've never used Moo?
Nope, because I've been programming everything through Bluetooth.
That's cool.
How funny, huh?
Yeah. All right, let me. We have a little bit of time, so we're just gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I hope I don't break the Wirecast setup here, but I'm opening up Moo now.
I'm downloading Moo.
Okay. Hey, this is a live show. We got to do it live, huh?
How hilarious!
All right, let me switch cameras to the full side effect here. Did I get rid of it? Yeah. Oh, nope, I got it here. All right, so here's Moo. I'm just going to change up these speeds to 1, and it'll just run through it real quick. But you can see here, you have a couple of things parameters to play around with the chase animation module. You can reverse it. You can change the spacing and the size. Right now, the size is set to 1. That's telling me that I'm going to light up 1 pixel per animation cycle. So I've updated the speed to just 0.1 of a second. Let's see what that looks like in the overhead. Whoa. And there, you just have a nice speedier look. And you can see why now I slowed it down, just so you have some time to process what it's saying. So that's why I kind of slowed it down. But if you had a walking, you want that speed to go there, the walking animation. Or if you just had like these little wing bats or whatever, then that would look cool. But when it comes to words and messages, you kind of want to slow it down a little bit. But yeah.
And what is the thinnest that the acrylic can be at? I'm guessing the whatever they make it at.
I guess an eighth of an inch, so an eighth inch. That was 3 millimeters. That's half the thickness of this. But again, this is a 1/4 inch, which is about 6 millimeters thick. I really like the 6 millimeter stuff because you just have this really nice thickness of it, and because these pieces are kind of relatively small, it makes them look a little bit more thicker than they really are, I think. Yeah, but that is the speed update there.
All preference.
Yeah. And you can orient it in different ways if you wanted to have it on the wall and just be a bunch of different shapes. You don't have to do engraving. You can kind of get this kind of neat effect if it was like hanging on the wall or something. Yeah. Or if it was like curved or something, you would have to wire them individually, but lots of fun different ideas, depending on how you want to wire it up and lay out your acrylics. But yeah, it's like a cool. Let me see if I can, if I turn the size, let's do like 4x4, and then 4 of them will light up at the same time. Let's see what happens here. There you go. So you have more trails there. Whoa. Yeah, they're a little bit more blended, but maybe depending on the artwork, it'll look a little bit better. And of course you have like the rainbow chase that you could do as well if you wanted to do rainbow chase. Let me see what that looks like. Let's do rainbow chase. Let me switch over so you can see what I'm coding here. I'm just, instead of using the animation sequence, I'm just going to tell it to do 1. And there's sort of this nice rainbow cycle that's going on there.
If they are stacked, yes, I believe they would leak into the next
acrylic
frame.
You, like I said, like behind the strip is that little black bar, and that has, you really can't see it, but that just isolates them. So that's why those little slots are like that, to really keep the light isolated. And that is the very principle of how this guy over here is working. Oh, that one's frozen. Holy crap, how long has it been frozen? It's been
months.
On for like months, dude. This is the NRF too, how fun. CircuitPython crashed for 2 months. But that is the principle for this thing here, is that the grid is what's isolating each one of those pixels so they don't leak into each other. Yeesh. But yeah, all cool effects. It's so fun to play with CircuitPython's LED animations because you just mess around with the spacing and the speed, and you just get a completely different effect, colors and all that fun. But yeah, That's a cool one. Cool. Any other fun suggestions?
Let's see. Just some comments. Yeah, definitely lots of potential for different design options.
Yeah, what if it was a wave file and it was like saying like a word or something like I love you or happy holiday, you know? That'd be really cool.
Some sort of
yeah. It'd be cool like do like a heart thing, like if it's growing every frame, it's like boom, boom. It'd be really cool. So it is up to the artist, your creative brain, how create like I wish I spent more time on the creative idea aspect of it. Getting the pieces and then like what am I gonna cut? Like I had to commit to something. So hopefully someone else or more artistic can do just some stellar animation or like hand draw something. You know, like maybe Sophie does something fun. Sorry, that's like what I want. Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely. Yay, people. Thanks, Dow 20.
All right.
Good idea. All right. Well, that was what we're prototyping. We're going to try to come out with this next week. So, yay.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's Community Makes.
Yeah, Community Makes this week is something fun. It's fun and doubles the storage. If you got yourself a Nintendo Switch and you got all these little game cartridges and you're looking for a better place to store them all, I know I was. This is a really nice one. So this little design here held 16 of them. And the little slots are nice and tolerant loose, so they just kind of fit in there with a little bit of a loose fitting, which I like. I don't want them to be too tight because the last one I had was too tight. But let's take a look at the time lapse. This was printed in some real cool marble filament, PLA filament. You can get this stuff off Amazon. Relatively small print. Probably takes a few hours. What, like 4 hours or so?
11 hours.
No. If you're not time lapsing, yeah, it'll take 2 days. But if you're not time lapsing, like just half of that,
5 hours.
5 hours or so.
Still,
yeah. There's some support that you need because of the shape of Thwomp. But Thwomp, I didn't even mention, is this. It's not even really a character. It's a bit of an obstacle in the Super Mario Brothers franchise. Yeah, he's just the angry-looking stone that wants to murder Mario. But it looks really great in this marble PLA. So if you're looking for something to do with marble PLA and you got some Nintendo Switch stuff, check this one out. Has it looped yet? And this is from Jérémie, Dufault.
Perfect. Christmas.
It's a remix, actually.
Like stocking stuffer to go along with any games or Nintendo Switch that you are gifting this holiday season.
Here, you show that off while I pull up the Thingiverse page.
Yeah, so the only thing that you do have to remember to do is enable the supports. I did print one before and all of the overhang, unfortunately. Just because of the weight design, you could have added like some giraffes or something like all around the lips and the eyelid areas. But yeah, you're definitely going to need the support material enabled for that. Just use the whatever Cura decided to generate at, I think, 70 for the degrees. And that should do a pretty good job of being able to.
What's the bottom look like? Is it completely flat or does it?
Oh, no, it's nice and flat.
That's cool. It has those 45-degree angles, so you get that nice texture.
Yeah. They did it there, but you can do it to having like a draft like right underneath there would have helped immensely in terms of having that lifted up with no supports. But other than that,
double-sided.
Yeah, double-sided. Like you were saying, nice loose tolerance on there. Loose.
Now let's give credit to the original designer as well, because this is a remix. The remix added more cartridges. So Jed Duff on Thingiverse says, I just made it instead of 6, it now has 16, so it's just bigger. Okay. But the original design is right here. That's why I like Thingiverse. They have really nice weighted. So Handy Dan's 3D Prints is who pushed this up there. The original has 6.
Oh, wow.
And, what are these slots?
Looks like it's SD cards.
Oh, SD. Okay, so that's cool. So if you wanted to remix it and put compact flash cards, you could. Very cool. You could kind of remix the design as well. Is this a remix of a remix of a remix? No, it looks like it's. All right.
And we got.
Oh, and there's other designs of the Thwomp. So very cool. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, I feel like I've printed Thwomp. This before. That was
something else.
Different,
right?
yeah.
Maybe SD cards.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like it. Very, very cool. So if you want to get your own, you can use the link in the description of the time lapse, print it out, and just a little bit of supports. So that's this week's
Community Makes. Yeah, I think we have a couple more, but real quick, question from Mike P. Noob question about the acrylic. Where can I get some acrylic?
Yeah, I get mine from the
Amazon?
I get mine from Inventables. I'll just show you where I get it. Shop. They got some real nice acrylic.
I think they had some deals too, didn't they?
They might. Yeah, so they have a bunch of different colors. I click on the 1/2 inch and then this right here, light guide acrylic sheet. They come in this thickness and they have different sheets, so 8 by 12 or 12 by 24. I tend to pick this one. I got a small CNC, so I have to cut these up into pieces that are like 100 by 100 millimeters. But this stuff is great. This is what I use. They're always nice and flat, and there's some examples of look at this martini. I should have done a martini.
Huh.
Oh, that's cool. The Google Home indicator. Yeah, there's so many fun things you can do with acrylic. And
once you're already done with the project is when all the ideas come, because it took so much time to get the base and everything else working. So the other idea too was like having Adabot, like say stuff, like his ears move.
This project really makes me want to get a freaking Glowforge, because like I do not like milling unless you had like a dust collection system. Like I'm cleaning more than I am milling, and that's just the thing. I broke tools. I've damaged acrylic pieces. Yeah, so it's just a thing. But that's the name of the game with CNC.
Gotta wait till we can clean out our garage to get a Glowforge.
Maybe we'll get a Glowforge, and it's easier to, in my opinion, I think it's easier to laser cut graphics, because like you can just give it an SVG.
Yes.
The software I'm using doesn't quite
each path.
Yeah, you kind of have to program each path, which is time consuming.
Very tedious.
But hey, this is a good place to get acrylic, is Inventables. They also sell end mills if you are doing the CNC engraving. Yeah.
So that's a nice New Year's resolution right there. Laser.
Yeah. All I want for Christmas is 5 sheets of acrylic. That's fun. All right. Any other cool comments? Your local hardware store says acrylic? Now, be careful of that, because I did that way long ago, and the acrylic I got had UV protection, and it messed up my tool bit.
Oh.
So just be aware that there are some acrylics out there that has like special coating that might not fare well with your end mill. Laser cutting might be different, but with my end mill, I remember messing one up because I got like this smoky black acrylic, and it had built-in UV protection. So I guess that's what messed up my tool bit. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I was stepping down. It was the early days of milling, so I don't know. It was just a random thought I remembered. The local hardware store. But yeah.
We got a couple more community makes, or was that from last week?
We got time, so I guess we can run through them. There were from last week, but we didn't share them because like we were always running out of time. All right, so let's take a look at some other community makes. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is a watch band. Apple Watch Band, Ninja Flex. It doesn't have to be an Apple Watch, because that's not an Apple Watch.
Yeah, the whatever the connector is, it's pretty
Cruelty
standard.
Ender 5 prints out Ninja Flex really good. My first print with the Diva Ninja Flex. I like it.
Nice.
Very cool, yeah. Definitely print your own watch band in Ninja Flex. I think it's really cool.
Really good test of getting your settings down, and you get a nice little wearable out of it.
For sure. And you can change out the colors, you put your own designs. Very, very fun.
This one is specifically designed so you can swap out the filament and have the top be a different color.
Shout out to W Cells Chop for posting that up. All right, here's another one. This is a make of our 16 by 16 NeoPixel square display that we have here in the back. Super cool Mario design, a little clock action. Modified it to work on something else. This is a whole-blown pie or something. Very, very cool. I'm glad people can take the frame, because that's really what I'm contributing here, and then just make it work with whatever. You got a Linux board, you have a microcontroller, an Arduino Uno, use whatever. Yeah, this is great. So this is by Salin, who posted this up. They're a bit of a remix. And the last bit one here is one of the oldie but goodie, the Talking D20 collab project we did back in the day, 2015, with Phil B. Paint Your Dragon. This is a D20 that's 3D printed, 2 halves that fit together with magnets, and it has an accelerometer, so it knows what face it's on, and it'll play back wave files. It's a really intense build.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah, it's just one of the, still to this day, it's an amazing project that it knows and tells you what side it's on. Yeah. Printed on the Ender 3 with a 0.4 nozzle, 0.18 layer height. Notice some filament sagging, recessed the numbers. I printed it with tree supports. It helps a little, but they're still not as clean as I'd like. Makes me wonder if it's time to upgrade from my stock cooling fan. Using Acrylic Ender 3.
Nice.
Very, very nice. It looks really, really good there.
Definitely add that extra cooling.
Yeah.
It will,
all these are magnet posts and thing boards. You needed three or four boards. You need a lipo charger, the trinket, the accelerometer. I think that's it. Lipo board. Oh, and the sound effects.
Let's take
board.
a look at it.
Oh crap!
We should probably do this with any of the mates.
Overhead.
All right, so here's what it looks like. If I can get the
really strong, man. It's
magnets.
just gonna fall apart.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's wires. Yeah. Oh, there's a speaker door. It's a circuit sandwich for sure. I think it's a sound effects board. This is all done on Arduino, by the way. Remember, this is 2015, where you plug in. His battery's dead. No, it's not. Okay, then you.
It's 17.
That's Phil B. Paint Your Dragon.
How amazing.
Oh.
Do it again.
You roll a 10.
A 10?
It's a 9.
You even have a dot there to tell you what's the orientation. A 9. I can't believe it's.
5. 3 sat 3.
It said 5. 3 sat 3. That's a Monty Python joke, isn't it? Alright, we're going to play with this for the rest of the day now.
I think I remember charging it.
Good day, sir.
It has jokes. So, huge shout out to.
Build it just for all the puns that Phil B has in there.
R22. Thanks for posting that up. I hope you build it. I haven't seen too many builds of this one.
Ultimate gift for D20 games and all that.
I like a really big one.
That would be a lot easier for somebody.
Oh, that's funny. Andy Calloway's got some jokes. Where's the lawnmowers? Not
You're
today.
right.
Not today.
Oh man, our grass is gonna grow out of control.
All right, boy. Well, that was super fun. Blast from the past. What happens when you roll 20?
It knows you're cheating.
It knows it.
20. Good show.
Good show. Excellent. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna close the show, I guess. Any last comments and questions? Let us know. But we're gonna start closing up the show, I guess. Get ready for.
Hope everybody has a wonderful time off for the holidays.
One last one. Good work crashing CircuitPython, long-term buffer overflow, or spike electricity. Also, shouldn't a walk timer catch that? Yeah, I don't know. When did we crash CircuitPython? When I plugged in the over
matrix,
there, yeah. I don't know what happened over there. I just hit the reset button. It seems to be working now. Maybe I'll reset the button again in a month. Cool. Well, thank you as well, Duester. We're going to close up the show. Don't forget, later tonight, we invite you to come on Show and Tell. That's going to start at 7:30 p.m. with special host JP himself, John Park, hitting it up. And then Ask an Engineer has returned to the Wednesdays. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Coupon codes,
new products,
sneak peek stuff, Ion MPI.
Every time you go to that segment,
T-shirts.
Makes me want to see what is in adafruit.com/new.
T-shirts.
Looks like we got some accelerometers, some Buddha speaker boxes.
Some Buddha.
And if you guys didn't pick up this rework station with the magnets on it, that thing is so cool.
Hold on, let me pull that up here.
Oh, we're out of stock though.
Yeah, here's some new products. What did you want? The rerow
this thing, yeah.
Yeah, we got ourselves
cool.
one. It's pretty neat. Yeah, Octo.
Mm-hmm.
Doc. All right. Well, tonight's Show and Tell. I hope to see you there again. Special host JP. We hosted last week. Thanks for everybody for showing on. But it's JP's turn this week. JP's on tomorrow as well. He's got a Thursday show every 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Scott's doing up the Friday live streams, Deep Dive with Scott's at 2 p.m. Pacific. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. We're wrapping around to Sundays from the desk late 80s on Saturday, Sundays.
Even Fridays.
Yeah, she did one on Friday once. Mm-hmm. So very cool.
Just make sure that you're subscribed. You'll get notified right away. We don't even know. That's the only way we know. Get the notifications.
They don't even know until they do it. Mm-hmm. JP's on Tuesdays. You can get up to 50% off products, select products.
Insane.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. Live during the show is
Yeah.
when those discounts are available.
Yeah, this week was the Cricut Feather. Very, very fun piece of hardware. And then on Mondays, I kind of skip Monday, but we do the CircuitPython meeting. It happens at 2 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday, with the exception of U.S. holidays. But that's pretty much the whole week of the shows. We do the show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Same bat channel, same bat time.
And
one last
with
look.
that,
Yeah, one last look at the chat room before we say adieu.
like the hosted by the Lars Zone.
The Lars Zone, yes. Lars. All right, Lars.
Everybody, stay healthy and make sure
Remember
to
make
a great day.
Bye, folks.
See you later tonight.
Woo.